Hey everyone, this is StarCastTV and I'm Legoman, and today I'll be casting a game between HDY Elmao, so-called Miso, Zerg player, and Jamtube movie. To start off, spawning location at the bottom left. This is movie. And spawning location at the bottom right. This is Miso. HDY Elmao. And as you can see, the map is at Ascension. It's the ladder map version. And at Ascension is most Protoss players, they choose to go for the Forge expansion build. As you can see, this first scouting probe is going for the scout after constructing a pylon. So this will most likely be a Forge expansion. This Overlord is actually going right into Protoss' natural, so HDY is a bit lucky this game. Miso. His Korean name is Han Do-Yo, so he's using his initials as HDY. And movie is also going to first scout Miso, so it's a first scout for both players. Not bad. This throwback kind of wanted to interrupt that spawning pool construction, but it failed to. But since movie actually spotted Miso at the first scout and saw that the spawning pool is a bit late, instead of building a forge, he's going to build a nexus, which is going to be a 12 nexus. Never mind, a 13 nexus. So that's a very oh, never mind. I thought it was going to be a nexus, but he just wants to play safe. So sorry about that. He's just going to build that forge very late. This probe tried to interrupt that hatchery construction, but it failed to again. But it doesn't really matter, because as long as the Zerg doesn't take the natural expansion, it's good for the Protoss. Because from the drone expanding right here and here is a definite difference, because you also have to send your drones all the way up to here. And sending this drone from here to here also means a waste of time, so it's already very worth for movie. And Miso constructing his gas after he built his third hatchery. So for this game, we will most likely be seeing a Hydralisk play, a 3 hatchery Hydralisk play. Or if Miso just wants to go for that standard lair play, it's Miso's choice. But I'm just saying, it's most likely going to be a Hydralisk play, because he actually built his third hatchery. He actually built his extractor after constructing his third hatchery. Usually, if you want to go for that fast layer tech play, you want to build your extractor a bit sooner than 2 minutes and 40 seconds mark-ish. So yeah, that's it. That's that. Gateway about to get finished, and Miso is watching all of this, getting all of the information when their gateway is going to get finished. And let's see. Yeah, if I was just about to say, let's see if Miso started his lair on his third expansion, and yes, he did. So this is not a Hydralisk play. It's just a standard lair play. I guess Miso changed his plan. Well, I'm not sure if going for that Hydralisk play was Miso's plan, but because of this scouting probe is alive, and because Miso only has 2 Zerglings, which is not the ideal number to cut off this scouting probe, and because the scouting probe is seeing everything, I guess Miso doesn't want to go for that very honest Hydralisk play. So this first lot is moving out now. Cybernex core into a Stargate. This first lot moving out, and let's see if Miso is making Zerglings. Yep, he's making Zerglings on each of his expansions. So that he can defend this Zealot on all of his bases. Very nice. 4 Zerglings each. 2 Zerglings here, 2 Zerglings here, and these 6 Zerglings actually just kind of moving out to search for the hidden Zealot. It's actually right on top of his base. And Miso's actually going to miss this first Zealot, so this Zealot will be able to do some damage, some harassment. 2 shots on the drone. Oh, getting a kill. And this second Zealot is actually moving into Miso's natural right away. So now Miso has to look on the screen. He has to micro his Zerglings. And while he does that, he won't be able to micro his drones. Well, he can, but he will have a hard time microing his drones. So he ended up losing a single drone here. And he will also lose some Zerglings. So this Zealot is actually going to kill 4 units. A single drone and 3 Zerglings. And another Zealot killed some Zerglings. Not some, but a few Zerglings and a single drone. So the game is looking pretty good for Movie, actually. There are actually 2 Stargates, 2 Corsairs coming out simultaneously. So in total now, Movie has 3 Corsairs moving out. And Miso is actually going for that, I think he's going to go for that Mutalisk Scourge build. As you can see, there are no Hydroextend or Evolution Chambers. So this will most likely be a Mutalisk Scourge play, but the thing is, Movie has 2 Stargates, and that is the best build you want to have against a Mutalisk Scourge build, Zerg build. And these 3 Zealots moving out is already a huge harassment for the Zerg, because you don't want to pull all of your workers from a base and just losing this mining time. Losing mining time equals additional hatcheries or additional army. And for some players saying that, why not just build a sunken colony to stop these 3 Zealots? Well, building a sunken colony is a huge waste of your resources. And the thing is, if you build a sunken colony, your additional infrastructure gets really delayed. So you always want to kind of delay your defense towers. Well, you do want the minimum. Some defense towers, but you just don't want to build too much. And because it's a 2 Stargate Protoss, there are a lot of Corsairs than Miso expected. So now he's getting almost all of his Overlords killed. That's actually all of his Overlords killed. There are no Overlords on this map. The supply 5 is just hatcheries. 5 hatcheries. So now, what does Miso have? Only Zerglings, and 5 hatcheries, and 2 Hydralisks. Unupgraded Hydralisks. That kind of sounds weird, but anyways. While Movie has a robotics facility and a Weaver, and shuttle speed already half away. And Miso is actually going to constantly lose Overlords, which means he's constantly losing minerals that will be Hydralisks to defend any of Protoss's attacks. These Zerglings do check that, do confirm this Weaver, but I think losing all of these Zerglings is actually it's just a huge loss for Miso, because against the shuttle play, you always want to kind of spread the Zerglings to see where the shuttles are coming in. But the thing is, HDY has his Scourges out, and he's going to snipe off the Swedish shuttle. Oh, that was... If this shuttle was able to just land on Miso's natural or main base or just anywhere, that Weaver could have ended the game with these Zealots, but I guess Movie just kind of felt too complacent, and these Corsairs weren't protecting that shuttle. So now Miso bought some time. He bought some time now. So he's gonna recover. He's gonna actually do the barrel research. Oh, I think this is pretty good. It's impressive. And Movie is just kind of sending his Zealots to a nowhere. Yeah, I think he just wants to hide these Zealots. Zealot movement speed research will be completed soon, and Templar archives on the way. Hydralisks on the center of the map. They're just kind of wandering around, and they will spot these Zealots. Let's see if these Zealots can actually take on this fight. I think these Zealots can win against these Hydras. Yep, and they will push away these Hydras. +1 armor on the way, 30%. The thing is, Zerg still staying on 5 hatcheries, which is not something what you want to do on ZvP. You always want to add your 6th hatchery very early. Oh, but the thing is, Movie has already 2 Reavers on Miso's 3rd expansion, and these 2 Reavers are in high ground position, so it's going to be extremely hard for Miso to take down these Reavers. And plus, this shuttle is always supporting these 2 Reavers, so it's going to look almost impossible to snipe these Reavers. And if Miso, even if this Burrow research is completed, there's no point, because Miso is going to lose all of his hatcheries here, and he even had to cancel that at 6 hatchery. Okay, Movie for some reason lost that shuttle for no reason, but it doesn't. That shuttle Reaver already did everything, destroying all of these hatcheries, and these was for some reason they're just going to bypass this hatchery, not going to destroy this hatchery. I guess Movie was just kind of not looking at that screen at that exact moment. So that's kind of unfortunate, but still, the thing is, Protoss already has 5 gateways on his main, 6th gateway on his natural, so Protoss is staying at a 6th gateway and a robotics facility with the shuttle speed research completed, so Movie can always just remake a shuttle and use this mat advantage, this wide advantage, to harass Miso anytime you want. With the +1 Corsairs alive, he can always take down these Mutalisks and some Scourges to use his shuttle freely. So now Miso, he has to kind of almost end the game with these Hydras, so he's moving out. But Movie already has 2 High Templars, which is not enough, but I wish Movie had some more High Templars. I wish Movie just kind of, yes, he just got now 2 more High Templars, so 4 High Templars isn't really enough. Oh, the sneaky Dark Templar actually killing 2 more drones, and a single drone matters this game. Miso will be able to kill the start DT. And because Movie scouted that there are literally no drones on Miso's 3rd expansion, Movie doesn't really need to be in a rush. Well, if he just moves out with this army, I'm pretty sure he will be able to just kill all of these Hydras and advance into Miso's 3rd expansion again and just end the game. But if you want to play safe, if Movie wants to play safe, he can just stay still and gather up his army until like supply count 150 or 70-ish, and then move out and end Miso. I guess Movie is just very confident, and he's moving out with his army at supply count 130-ish. Some photon cannons to defend his 3rd expansion. And there is a Corsair here just to grant vision for Movie. Anyways, Corsairs are now all down, but Mutalisks, they're all really injured, and these set Mutas, I'm not sure what they can do. Well, they can definitely snipe down a single High Templar or 2. If Miso's lucky, he can take down 2 High Templars, but taking down 2 High Templars, I don't think that's enough, because even these Dragoons and Zealots solely can beat these Hydras, and Miso is desperately trying to build some sunken colonies, but these sunken colonies only matter when these Hydras or Zerglings or Lurkers are actually supporting these sunken colonies. And Miso doesn't have any units left, so Miso has to tap out. So now, the thing about this game was, Movie was able to first scout Miso, and he chose to build his forge very, very late, very greedy. So that was already a very good start for Movie, and he actually got some really worth kills with his first two Zealots, and with those information that he gathered with his Zealots, he chose to go for that 2 Stargate build, and it was the perfect build against Miso's Mutalisk Scourge play. The Corsairs killed a lot of Overlords, and Miso had to spend almost waste a lot of minerals on Overlords, which led to a very, very weak infrastructure, a weak army against Movie's Zealot Reaver push. And so, Movie did an excellent job snowballing that game. It was just an excellent game by Movie. And I'll be coming back next time again with some really, really nice, sweet games. And take care, everyone. Bye-bye.